Hi, Dr. Waggel here. So there's lots of videos online about living room decor and bedroom decor, mostly residential. And I honestly couldn't find anything at all about decorating a waiting room. I mean, most of it was just like really gross corporate nonsense. So I did some research and adapted home decor with functionality of a waiting room. And in the future, I'll make a more professional video once my YouTube studio is done and once my waiting room is done, so I can show you images of what I'm actually talking about. But I figure while I'm thinking about it, I will make the notations. So one is to have the same color light throughout. And what I mean by that is that there's blue light, which is in like this 5, 6, 7,000 Kelvin range, and there is warm yellowish light, which is like 2,700, 3,000-ish. You don't want to have one big glaring blue light, which is activating and will wake you up, and then next to it have a warm calming sunset replicating light, which is calming. So you don't want activating and calming. So what you want to do is you want to make sure they're consistent throughout. So in my waiting room, obviously I picked calming, so they're all around 5,000 Kelvin and they're all warm yellowish lights. So that is item number one. Item number two is different textures. So you don't want everything to just have the same texture. You want it to be interesting. So I have some rope, like fabric items on the wall, which is also good for noise. It actually absorbs noise, whereas flat, hard surfaces will reflect noise. So it has a functional purpose and an aesthetic purpose. And then different types of nature, so wood, and then stone coffee table, which hasn't come in yet, so I can't even show you, and different shapes as well. You want a little bit of roundness, and so I have a chair that is green and kind of replicates like a succulent, and there's roundness, but you also want to have some corners too. You don't want everything to just be the same right angle, but you don't want everything to be circles, so you got to mix it up a little bit. And one difference between the residential and commercial when it comes to the TV, a mistake that people make in their homes a lot is they put the TV up too high and everybody is like hurting their neck staring at it like above the fireplace. In my office, we have it up pretty high, but no one's gonna be sitting there. Hopefully, I don't make people sit and wait for so long that their neck starts to hurt because they're watching the TV. The reason that we put it up so high is that I didn't want anybody bumping into it or kids, crashing into it. So that's why it's high. But in your house, you want to have it where it's not hurting your neck. So that's one difference. All right, so we talked about the different textures. We talked about the placement of the TV, the different elements of nature, stone and wood, and the different shapes. You want some squares, some circular. And then for colors, my clinic's colors are pink, so that's got to be in. And then nature, so we have a lot of green and browns. Calming colors are going to be blues and greens, so we have a lot of greens calming. We want everybody to be calm in the waiting room. And then activating colors would be like yellow and red, so we don't have any yellow and red. In fact, the whole office, the whole building used to be yellow, and I got rid of it. There you go. So that's color choice. And there's a lot more, but I just wanted to bring up some differences between residential and commercial spaces, because like there's no tips about decorating a commercial space out there. I mean, if you know of a good YouTube channel that will have information about decorating a commercial space that doesn't look sterile and like gross and corporate, you let me know, because I like really wasn't able to find any. I just kind of took some residential advice and extrapolated it for a commercial space. But I think those are all the tips that I can think of off the top of my head. But once I have my YouTube studio complete, and then obviously the waiting room complete, I will use the YouTube studio to make the video to show the images of the waiting room. So that's coming soon.